Now we're on.
Hey everyone, what's up? Hope you guys had a decent 4th of July while in quarantining or wearing masks at your gathering. But yeah, this is the Retro Ranger wrap up. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. I didn't do dick yesterday, so I just kind of like chilled out and rested and got
Yeah.
kind of got back to a normal happy medium place.
Oh, nice. What about
I
you, Galactica?
I agree. I did the same. Yesterday was really chill. I did spend a lot of time with family. I've been spending time with family since the third, because the third is my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, mom! You're never watching this. I can say anything about you right now. You have a drinking problem. So anyway, now I'm playing. I'm playing. She doesn't. Because if someone else sees it, then tells her I'm in trouble. But no, honestly, it was great. We got to just celebrate my mom on the third, and then on the fourth, 4th of July, and I don't buy fireworks. I just don't want to spend the money on
Yeah.
like, hey, when else can you commit arson and it's legal? Only on 4th of July. So that should be the reason why I want to blow up stuff. But then it's like celebrate your country by blowing up a piece of it. I forgot who said that joke, but that was like it's like that whole thing, and I just don't want to watch my money burn.
I
So,
like
uh,
I'm friends with people like basically all around the country on Facebook, and I've been seeing all of them complaining that there's been fireworks just all over the place for like the past 6 weeks. Like so like yesterday there was a lot, but here like every night like I'll be sitting in my room doing whatever, and I just hear fireworks popping off all over the place. And it's been like that for the
yeah,
past month and a half.
It's been more than that. Like in Torrance, it's
yeah,
illegal, and I've been hearing it since
yeah.
March. Like
I'm
since
like,
stay
yeah,
at home.
welcome to the South Bay, Josh. I guess that's another way to say it. Hawthorne, Torrance, even Gardena, Inglewood,
Yes.
and then you get the beach cities, Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, and all those. We deal with this, and it was like this last year. This year it's a whole lot more, but
It
last year
started
it
way
was
earlier because people are stuck at
yes,
home.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't.
Been starting since like last year's summer, and it hasn't stopped. It's been continuing the whole way through. I'm like, how do you have a stockpile of these things? I
Yeah, I
mean,
was like,
why
where are
are people
people
leaving
buying them
the
from?
year? Yeah,
I mean, we live close enough to Mexico where, like,
Yeah,
I'm not saying
I
I do,
guess.
but if you wanted to, that would be the
oh
place to get them. Or Nevada. You can go drive to Nevada and pick them up. Some pretty good
yeah,
ones
that's
there.
true. I
I'm
mean,
not that I know. That's just what I heard online.
we've heard it before. We none of us know for sure. Like
Yeah, yeah.
we're
That's
not
what
headed
I
over
hear on the
there.
interwebs.
Yeah, I wouldn't go over there. I just send Daniel Diaz, and then he'll bring me stuff back. Shout out to you, Daniel. Don't worry, no one knows your secret. It's safe. But anyway, yeah, that's 4th of July. How about the show?
So okay, so
Yeah.
before we get into anything, I want to direct everyone's attention to the box that is sitting right next to Daniel on the screen. There, you can see that says "Rate Countdown to Destruction," and underneath that, it's got uh, options for 1 through 5, and you can vote by typing in, I believe it's exclamation point vote and then the number that you want to vote for. So these are all out of 5. So if you want to vote at any point throughout the show, you can do that right there. I believe you can even change your vote. This is a new thing that I'm testing. So
Wait,
play
what
with
do you
it.
have to do?
So
Wait, how do you cast your vote?
so in the chat, type in
Okay.
exclamation mark vote
Mhm.
and then a space and then the number. So it would be either 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1.
Okay. So we're not really voting on anything yet. This is just a test, right? Because there is no question and there is no response.
Well, there should be, you should see rate countdown to destruction. So this is our ratings for the 2 episodes that we've
Oh,
got today.
I see. I see. I get it. I am slow.
Nah.
I'm going to test this on my own.
So this is
Did it
also
work?
something that I'm playing with too on the back end. So we'll see if
Is
it
it supposed
actually is
to
working.
immediately update?
It should.
Also, my computer is frozen. That's probably why I don't see anything. Oh, no, it still says 0 votes, and we have at least a handful of votes.
Yeah,
We
I
have
Mm.
Donnie, Daniel, Thomas, we have Blackwing. We have Jared
Nice.
Hodges, Larry, and it is not updating, so we may have to look into our little voting system because we do want to integrate this for next season.
Yes.
It's Lost
Yeah.
Galaxy. So we are practicing with it today. So you guys are our beta testers as far as this voting thing. But maybe it only comes up at the end because I still see that there are 32 minutes. Oh no, that's time lapse.
That's the count.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that's counting up. That's counting up.
Yeah, that's how long I've been running it for. I may stop the poll and then restart it. So we'll see if that. Actually, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna close it. Now I've reopened it. And let's.
You guys are all
going
to have to vote again, we're assuming. But thanks for helping us test this out. It was, just going to kind of jump into it. Like we were talking about Countdown to Destruction. We have been through how many Power Rangers series now? We had Mighty Morphin, Alien Rangers, Zeo, Turbo, and In Space. Is this the 5th season? Am I correct or am I missing one?
I think so.
I think this is the 5th one. And I feel like this has been one of the best finales.
I think it's 6.
Is it 6? Mighty Morphin,
so.
Alien Rangers,
yeah.
Zeo, Turbo,
Space? I would just say it's the 5th team because I don't even know when it comes to seasons because I think Turbo could have had 2 seasons or Zeo could have had 2 seasons. So I just say this is the 5th team that we've gotten introduced to. And I'm loving it.
Oh, Donnie Pearson is telling me Alien Rangers is technically part of MMPR. I counted it as a different one because it has a different title. Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll leave it up to you. Maybe that should be our other vote of like how many seasons do you count Alien Rangers?
Democracy. Yeah. We're for the people and they get the vote and make it by the people. This is dope. Hamilton. No, I'm sorry. I'm excited right now. Sorry.
So, what did you guys think of these episodes?
Okay, wait. I want to go back to that. So the blur says MMPR is technically 3 seasons. Zeo is 4, Turbo is 5, and Space is in 6. So technically, Josh is correct. I counted them differently because I go by like the titles of the series.
Right.
But, but yeah, I thought these were great. Out of all of those that we've seen thus far, this has to be probably my favorite finale out of any season. And Daniel's been here from the beginning too. So what do you think?
Best finale out of any season. This is the best finale. Honestly, hard to say it. People are going to hate me for it. But up till now, this is the best season of Power Rangers. This is the best iteration. I love this team. I enjoy the villains a lot more than I enjoyed them from before. The things that these villains did with what was already established is very good. Because, yes, I love Rita and Zed, definitely. But just seeing what Astronema did, how she was tied up with who she was tied up with, we can say spoilers, right? So, I mean, you know, her brother, all of that stuff. It was just, this season really let us know, like, hey, all you have to do is threaten the production team with it being the last season of Power Rangers ever, and apparently they'll actually work.
It's kind of crazy though, because leading up, like we were talking about this before we went live, but it was strange jumping into these final 2 episodes because the way that the last 2 that we talked about last week, there was that transition with the Zords, being destroyed, and they just kind of jumped into this master plan with Dark Spectre and launching a full force attack on everyone, which seemed like not. I wish there was a better transition of like, hey, now that the Zords are gone, the Power Rangers are, defenseless, and we can now take this time to strike. But it just kind of jumped right into it. But it had so much fan service. I think this was a great way to wrap up what they thought was the end of Power Rangers, the final series of Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Josh, what about you?
He's trying to get chat.
I'm sorry.
Overall, I really enjoyed these 2 episodes. I can't really count this against the series any longer, but pacing was what in the beginning was kind of an issue for me, just because like you were saying, it just kind of jumped right into what was going on. It felt like we were missing something. And I felt like if they had chosen different options for how they wanted to get into it, it may have made a lot more sense. But this has kind of been an issue with the past like 10 or 15 of these episodes that kind of just like jump right into something. and
Yeah.
like we understand what's going on, but at the same time, it feels like there's something missing, and that just kind of detracted a little bit for me.
I think once they came in, like I liked the culmination of all the previous series. So we got to see the Machine Empire. We didn't really get to see shoot, what was the father's name? The main Machine Empire dude. Because I was wondering, because they were saying like we're gonna put him back together. We got to go pick up the
we
parts.
saw him.
Was he in there?
We saw. Yeah, he was
Dark Spectre?
when they were doing
Okay.
their.
No,
yeah,
no, no.
when they were
from,
going
like,
over. No.
the Machine Empire, like the wife and the father
Oh,
and the kid.
oh,
So
oh.
we know
Yeah.
that they actually rebuilt him.
Yeah.
In the chat. Someone's
King Mondo.
King Mondo. Thank you so much. It's been a while. Thanks, Blackwing. So maybe I wasn't paying attention. I was just looking at everything, but I love that the Machine Empire is back. That Diva Talks, like she has been interwoven into this particular series. But seeing Zed and Rita, I thought were a really great surprise too.
Yeah,
the beginning,
really
the
cool seeing
bookends.
them,
You know,
but
we got introduced to them at the banquet, and we get to see them again, like actually attacking.
I have questions about things that happened at the end of the.
We will
now,
talk about that
but
because
yeah.
I also have questions about that.
Congratulations and welcome to life, my friend, because we all have questions about what happens at the end. Who, what, where, why, how, all of these questions about 5 or 10 things. You know, so yeah, trust me.
But we also got to see the Phantom Ranger. We got to see the Blue Centurion. We haven't seen him for a long time. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get to see Ninjor. Maybe they didn't have the suit, but yeah,
maybe you were happy that we didn't get to see Ninjor. Yeah.
I am. I mean, I missed him because he obviously wasn't invited. It seems like everyone to the party was like, yes, all the strong people combined. They're like, should we call Ninjor? I don't think we should.
How dare you, Elle? How dare you? Why do you hate him?
I don't know. It's part of my thing now. I don't think I hated him, but you liked him so much, and I found him so annoying. I have to go with it.
I have no idea what Daniel's
even
saying
then,
right
you
now.
shouldn't hate him.
Like I don't know if that was you yelling into your thing and like just like freaking out your mic, or whether that was just like your internet connection.
Like a little bit of buffer.
Hey, your Rangers, watch out! Is that better? Did it work?
Maybe.
It did. I heard the Ninjor. Watch out, Rangers. And like, him and Alpha, I feel like that would have been a fun team up to see them kind of get together. Or if we just saw like the Blue Centurion like handing out parking tickets again. Like he's not even part of the battle, but they just cut to a previous episode and reuse that footage. Like that would have been super funny. But I mean, I joke, but this episode was great. I love the fan service of bringing everyone back. I thought it really felt like a finale this time, you know? And like the Rangers were losing. Like, you know, everyone's attacking different planets. And I like that, you know, Dark Spectre really was conquering the universe. It's more than just Earth. This is one of the few times that we get to see multiple different planets being attacked, which I thought was a good build up.
Yeah. It just the scale of everything that was happening just felt a lot bigger and a lot better. It just everything outside of the things at the end that we'll talk about. Most of the things in this episode actually made sense. Whereas like usually in all the episodes I'm like, what's going on with this? Like how did this happen? Where did they come from? Why? Like with the exception of I think, and we were talking about this before, when they demorphed.
Yeah,
like, everything else made sense. But that kind of reminded me of back with the I think it was the episode with the killer Humvee, where they were just like, Zane, you have to go and save everything because we can't leave for some reason. Like I didn't understand that. And it was kind of the same thing here.
But also Zane in this episode, like Zane is like, I'm gonna go get the Power Rangers so I can protect KO-35, and then he completely gets sidetracked, never goes back, and then you find out that they had to give up because Zane never returned. So KO-35 was defeated twice, and Zane failed them. And I was like, yo, bro, you forgot about your people.
They're like, okay, it's time for us to surrender. No, he said he'll be back. They're like, he's never coming back.
They just went to Earth. Like he didn't even bother to morph and like help the people out. He was just like, I'm gonna go get the Rangers. Just kidding. I'm gonna go to Earth because we all know Earth is the most important.
Sorry. I'm gonna stop and talk real quick. Nom nom nom. Like, he didn't care about them. He didn't.
I mean,
He was
it's true. I wish Zane had a bigger presence throughout the whole season.
I do too. Especially like once we finally got him, it would have been great to just have him do stuff. And they could have shot it in, in the American footage. They have the suit. Just every once in a while, just shoot something there, and just let's have him do more. But no, 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 no. They were just like too cheap.
Sure.
But I will say, thank God they were cheap because we got to see all of this at the end. We got to see them bring out all these suits. We got them to try to do mostly their footage instead of the old Sentai footage. They did a bunch of Saban footage. It was great, and they brought it in a way that was like, this is why I get why fans watch Power Rangers.
For sure.
I'm sorry. Gleam about it enough. I really like these 2 episodes.
It was good, and parts of it even reminded me of Avengers, like when Andros goes into his red battleize mode with like the wings and everything. I felt like there was like some Tony Stark moments. The aliens are coming in, they're being overwhelmed, like the first Avengers movie. I was getting kind of those vibes for a quick moment. I thought it was super fun.
I got to bring something up that we brought up earlier that we didn't get to talk to on the show, but we saw them demorph.
Yes.
We have the question. I mean, what the heck, dude? I get how I think Andros demorphed because he got shot by he took 2 to the gut or whatever, and he was like, it's too much power to take. But like you asked, what happened to Cassie and all the other ones?
Like TJ, Carlos.
They got hit in the head. And, oh my God, Barry! I'm like, you guys get hit in the head, you guys get shot in the head, and you're perfectly fine. This time, you get a punch, and it's like, everything's over. And I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah, and especially with Andros and Ashley's, because they all kind of separated because they were taking on like the different areas. But I think Ashley and Andros were together. They demorphed. They were surrounded by the different cogs and quantrons. And I was like, dude, they're about to get captured. And they just kind of walked out of the circle, like, willy-nilly. None of the foot soldiers, like, even tried to, like, Red Rover them. They were just like, okay, I guess you can go.
They just, like, kind of announced, we've been defeated. They're like, okay, well, I guess that's how it works. And they're just like, go ahead, go through. But then later, Astronema comes looking for them. It would have been like, I've been Astronema and pissed, like, why did you let them go when they demorphed? And how did I not see this happen? So I exactly knew who they were, and I didn't have to worry about we're the Power Ranger. I'm a Power Ranger. I could have been like, I see them standing over there on that building. Pew, and should have killed them right there. Like,
yeah, for sure. There was a couple things too. I was also kind of confused by not Dark Spectre. Who's the guy that has 9 lives? Who's the cat guy? What is his name? Where he like pulls out. Yeah, no, was it Darkonda? Yeah, Darkonda. So he pulls out his scroll. He's like, "This is my last life, and I'm gonna just take a missile to Dark Spectre." And I was like, "Why didn't you do that in your first life in case you failed? Like this time? Why would what? That made 0 sense to me on like a logical thing of like, he's the big bad. Maybe I should have 1 more life in case like it doesn't go well." Is that just me?
That was weird.
Oh my God, that's true. He was like, all right, we opened my thing. 1 life left. This is going to be great. Da, 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 da. And you were like, oh, okay. Is his plan just to beat Astronema? I was like, is that what he's planning? And then here he comes, like Independence Day. I'm back, boys! And he flies right into freaking what's his name. And I was wait a minute. Why would you do that? That, like, literally, Hamilton reference, guys. I'm not going to miss my shot. I get her, whatever like that. But, hey, sometimes you need to know what battles to fight and what, it's not always best to shoot your shot. Sometimes it's like, well, this doesn't add up well.
Yeah, it's one of those things, especially since, like, I can see if it was a suicide mission for Astronema of, like, hey, like, I'm going to sacrifice this. I'm going to get the big bad. He can't torture me at all after this, which is why I want to use my last life for you. But he was like, once I kill Dark Spectre, I have to go get Astronema. And I was like, You need more lives, man. She has an army of people. Like,
Dude,
what is going on?
like, not that good. Like, it wasn't like, now he's dead. Here I come, astronomer. And she's going to be like, oh, slow response. No, like, she's going to send everybody down to get rid of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause you really quick for just one moment. The poll is now active and working.
Oh, it is working. I see the 100%.
I think the other one was not working because I launched it before we actually got onto the stream, so it was trying to read polls from a non-existent place. So we are good now. So again, you can see everyone voting there. That is exactly how you do it. If you don't want to vote 5, then replace the 5 with a 4, or 3, or 2, or 1. And we'll have the results right next to Daniel there on his... no, that way. There. I don't know which way.
Yeah, that's actually cool. I like this little voting thing. I think that's a really fun feature. I hope we can use it even more with different kind of questions that we come up with.
Yeah, I'm gonna play with it a lot because we can add all kinds of different polls, and I'm going to try and make the layout for it look a little bit prettier.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we can do. But yeah, so what questions outside of what we've talked about already do you guys have about like specific events that happened in here that maybe you just don't understand, that not necessarily are plot holes, but like, why is this a thing that happened?
I feel like should we just get into the end, because I feel like that is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like that obviously was a big glaring thing. I don't know about you in the audience, but obviously when Zordon is destroyed, he is going to erase all evil, and I did get that. But also, why did some people disappear and then some people become human?
Right. That was so what it seemed like up until one point was that all of the little henchman type guys and like the putties and the quantrons and all those things were turning to dust, while
it was a Thanos thing for them.
Yeah, but then like Rita and Zed. Oh, Daniel's got his hand up. Is that a question or do you have an answer?
Yes. Question for that. Before we go further into dismantling this, but the first question into that was, didn't we establish that is it the Quantrons that
they're actually humans?
We took because they took their suits and put them on. They didn't they could have gutted a robot, but it looks like they just they took the suit. They were like, thank God we got their suits. That's even what they said. So, or uniform or whatever. So we just killed Thanos people.
Yeah, like the putties get disappearing because they were creations.
Right.
But the Quantrons and like even Ecliptor, I was actually really devastated that Ecliptor was dusted.
Seriously, Ecliptor, I was like, oh, that's so sad. Like he just was like, oh, my daughter. Like he has a heart. Fine, man.
He wasn't evil. He wasn't evil, man.
So then my question then, like at that point, my question then became, okay, well maybe the universe is just filled with humans and all these other things are actually really monsters, and it's destroying the monsters. But then Zed turned into a human and he looks like like he's not just like a human that has like a weird costume on. Like he's an actual monster. So so that kind of,
and Rita's also not a human because like she was 10,000 years in a dumpster. Human lifespan, even at like the top scale of it, let's just say 120. I don't know what it is, but I'm guessing it's around 120 being the maximum life expectancy. Probably. So like we've established, like especially Zed, like you said, is an alien. Like he is not of Earth, and I was just so confuzzled by that. It's not like they couldn't just be like, oh, I'm good, or have like sparkles around them. Like, why would they be human-esque?
Astronomer's nephew. What's his name?
I know what you're talking about.
Elgar.
They dusted him too. Like they were like, Thanos snap, and he's gone. My thing is still, once again, with the Quantrons, there were people that had to be like, oh, you're hiring? Oh, okay, filled out the application. How they got to work, and then they're dusted.
Here is my theory. I don't know if it completely pans out, but My guess is that there's a combination of creatures and people who are uh, just evil.
Pure.
Like by nature, they are just evil creatures or evil people, and they're the ones that got dusted. And then the people who were corrupted, or the creatures that were corrupted, were turned back into whatever their original form was. That's
Wow, John,
that's
you're a monsterist, is what you're saying.
That's well. Well, no, because just because we only saw just because we saw monsters, we didn't see any monsters that were reverted. Doesn't mean that there weren't any monsters that weren't reverted.
Okay,
I guess.
all right, cool. So there are people from planets that are just immediately evil. Like, I both you're evil, and it's like, yeah, that's it.
Well, Jared Hodges in the chat mentions that Zed was human and Rita was also human. So that's actually pretty interesting. So maybe they were under some spell. But I was also thinking, if this is the final bout, like they think this is the last Power Rangers episode, I wish they kind of did like Home Improvement and just, with like Wilson, just unmasked everyone. So everyone had their moment of like, hey, I'm a character actor. I've been doing this for years. I love being this character. And everyone got changed into their voice actor form.
Yes.
Like that would have been a fantastic final bout for the series as well.
Like beyond all of these questions that we have, when Rita and Zed were transformed into human, why was the first thing that Zed said, "Do you want to dance?"
It was like, well, I don't know.
It's like
Jonathan's showing us that true love will be able to conquer all, because Zed did admit that he loved her, and even now that the spell is over, guess what still remains? The love. They had the best relationship on television. I don't care what anyone says.
They weren't confused. They weren't like, oh hey, look, I'm human again. It was, oh hey, let's dance.
Everyone knew exactly who and what they were and what they did. I mean, that's what we know for sure. And we got to see the twin, the evil chick, the torpedo chick, and she was all like, "I'm gorgeous," and blah blah blah, and I'm back. And
so was that the thing of Diva Talks turning into Demetria? Because they completely dropped that. Like obviously, like the better half of Demetria. And she was dressed in white, just like her. No, they just okay.
That's the twin sister that got corrupted and turned evil. That's what she is.
Because I feel like there should be a backstory, like some kind of fanfic backstory on Diva Talks and Demetria.
What they would do
I'm seeing some people in the chat mention that we're buffering.
I was seeing that too. I wasn't sure if it was internet. We are running at extremely low quality right now.
Yeah. Let me see here if I can clean that up a bit, because it had been rated as excellent when we had first started here. So
can you guys at least hear us? Is our audio quality clear and just our visual, or is everything garbled? Let us know in the chat.
Franco. Dude, I was going to be so happy at the end of this episode to say, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Franco did not F up. But here he is, showing up like he does. And he says, Rita becomes blank blank. I don't want to say it, but Elle already
I'm not going to read it. I'm going to stop reading chat real quick.
Something later is really great. And come on, man. I know we're buffering, but it'll catch up. Look. This is what's wrong. Franco, stop it. Some things Elle hasn't seen. And yes, the show's been around.
Anything after this I haven't seen. Except for the 3 first episodes of Beast Morphers.
There you go. See? So everything is new, everything is different, everything is interesting. I'm sorry, it does kind of piss off people that are like, hey, I've watched everything and I'm watching this retro so we can connect the dots. I get it. Unfortunately, that's not what we're going to do now, but when it gets to that time, we will definitely connect the dots then. So stop with the spoiling. So anyway.
But yeah, like one of the other things that I thought was kind of weird, so when Zordon tells Astronema, you are not evil, it seems to look like it's breaking her spell or her little thing, and I kind of thought that was going to be an ongoing theme too, of like, hey, if you just keep convincing her she's good, she'll recognize who she is. But that never came back, where he's like, you're good, and there's like sparkle, like it's breaking the spell on me, and it never came back. I thought that was a weird thing.
It was, but it worked out well. I loved it because it was like Zordon was like, oh, I'll fix everything with just a talk, and it was like, nope, sorry, you're still useless. And then she gets to do all of this stuff. And then we wouldn't have had that great scene where they're all like, I'm a ranger, all proud, majestic.
That was
and
fantastic. I love that part. Like, have any of you seen that Spartacus where it's like, I am Spartacus. No, I am Spartacus. And it was, I had those feelings. I had those feelings, man.
I love it to see that we got to see Bulk and Skull started, rally.
Yes.
Once again,
I love that. I love that.
Turn all the way. It bookends it beautifully. Here they were originally as these bad people, almost villains in a way. And then after that, we turned them into these lovable characters that you were happy to see at the last moment because it's supposed to be the last time we see them. I don't know for sure. But, that is great.